Hey y'all, Heather Amo here with LuLaRoe, Heather Amo. I just wanted to make a video tonight about something that I'm sure you're interested in if you are looking at getting involved in LuLaRoe. I was very interested in this because it seemed to be the biggest obstacle that I was facing when I wanted to become a LuLaRoe consultant, and that is getting our husbands on board. How do we do that? Okay. If you've done any research so far, you will know that onboarding with LuLaRoe, which is ordering your initial inventory, so how to get started, your starter kit or whatever you want to call it, onboarding is not a cheap investment, okay? And that is because we have to have hundreds and hundreds of clothes in stock if we want to increase our sales, if we want to have the most chance, the highest chance of making a sale. So the more variety, just like if we were to walk into a store at the mall, the more variety we see in our sizes and our style and colors and all shapes and sizes, different things, the better the store is at selling something to us. So it's the same with LuLaRoe. We are a boutique. We are a clothing boutique, and we want to have the most options for our customers. And it's not cheap, okay? But like I said, it's worth it. However, our husbands may see that price tag and think, well, you want to do what? You know, like this isn't like $100 to start up a business. This is, $5,000 and upwards, to get this going. So, which actually, it's more than $5,000 because the cheapest package is about $5,000 as of September 2017, but then you'll also need additional supplies. So I made a budget for about $1,000 for my additional supplies. So and that covers like lighting kits, which I don't have yet. That's why I have the lighting that I have. It's coming in the mail. So sorry about that. My next video will hopefully be better. But so you'll need your lighting kit, you'll need business cards, you'll need labels like to ship your stuff, you'll need packaging, you'll need like all kinds of stuff, okay? All kinds of stuff. Racks for your clothes, hangers, there's a lot of stuff. So I budgeted about $1,000 for that. And I just ordered most of my stuff today, and I'm doing pretty good on that. I even got the label maker that I wanted, which was not cheap, $140. Anyways, I'm rambling, but this is important. So I knew that if I were to just approach my husband and be like, hey, can I have $8,000 so that I can start a business? I mean, he's going to look at me like, what? No, a clothing business, no less. So I knew that I had to do my research ahead of time. So I seriously binge watched YouTube videos. I was all over Pinterest looking at stuff. I was reading blog posts. I was looking for the positive and the negative, and I was looking for all the startup stuff. I was looking for like real life LuLaRoe. I mean everything. And I came across one of the greatest tips. I think one of the things that really sold my husband on this was to create a business plan. Okay, this is huge, but the umbrella over that is to make a plan in general. Okay, you can't just approach somebody about any kind of investment and just be like, hey, I want to do this, can I do this? And most likely, it's not going to happen. They're not going to think you're serious. So if you are really serious about becoming a LuLaRoe consultant, then you need to show your hubby first and foremost that you're serious. And then later you want to show your customers that you're serious. You're serious about serving them. You're serious about the fact that you care about them, that you love that they look and feel good in LuLaRoe, and that you want to do your best to meet those needs, So make a plan. All right, first you want to state your why. Why this business? Why LuLaRoe? Why not something else? Why not become a writer? Why not, easier said than done, I am a writer. But you get what I'm saying. Why not do something else? Like why not start a different kind of business? Why LuLaRoe? Why specifically do you want to sell LuLaRoe clothing? Okay, there's a lot of work that goes into it, a lot of work. So why do you want to do it? So that's number one, state your why. My why personally is that I want to serve others. I want to, I know how great I feel in my LuLaRoe clothing, and I want that for others. Like I am really, really passionate about that, about putting together mini capsules and outfits, and I love to pattern mix and then also to do all kinds of styling. So I'm really passionate about that. I love that, and I love the smiles on these women's faces you know, when they're comfortable in their own skin, no matter their shape, size, age. I mean, it is so amazing. So I want that, and I also want to be able to work from home. I already have a part-time job. Working from home. I'm a bookkeeper for a nonprofit, and but I just fell in love with LuLaRoe clothes, and like I said, I'm really passionate about it, and so I just realized, you know, I want to do this. You know, I can have fun doing something that I love, and I can also make an income from it. You know, I can build a community of friends, you know, that, like, you know, I get to see all the time. Like, I'm really excited about it. So that was some of my whys. And then also something great about LuLaRoe, and I love this. I love supporting charitable organizations. I'm involved in a couple. I've been volunteering with one specifically for over 13 years, and I love it. So one of the great things about LuLaRoe is that you can do fundraisers, and whatever you're going to put towards, like, so you do a sale and say you're going to donate 20% of all of your profits to a certain charitable organization. LuLaRoe will match that amount. So say you raise $1,000 in a sale, and you know that's 20% of what you made. Okay, $1,000, and so LuLaRoe will donate an additional $1,000. So that's $2,000 to put towards an organization that you really that you believe in. So I'm also a huge fan of that. So so those are my why. Okay. Also, make a schedule. LuLaRoe is not some like cute part-time thing, you know, that you're going to do a couple hours a week and, you know, get rich on or something. It is not a get-rich-quickly thing at all. It is a lot of work, and there's a lot of prep that goes in ahead of time. It's a big investment, and it's also a big investment in your time. You know, I mean, you may be working 4 to 16 hours a day, you know, and the great thing about LuLaRoe is that you can pick your own hours, and you can decide how busy you want to be, and you can decide what you want to make of your business. You know, if you want to earn a part-time income from it, then that's great. You know, you could do that. If you want to earn a full-time income from that and build a team, then you got to take that into consideration as well. So you got to tell your husband, you know, when are you going to do this? You know, if you already have other commitments, if you have a job, if you have kids, if you go to school, you know, whatever else that you may be doing, or if you're going to replace this, you know, your income with this, you need to have a plan for that. So another thing, where are you going to store your inventory? I mean, as you keep getting in pieces, it's going to be taking up the house, you know, as long as you're ordering like we need to be successful. And so we're going to need somewhere to store that. So do you have a room set aside? Do you have a basement that you finished that you feel comfortable in storing your clothes down there? Do you have an attic that's finished? Is it going to be in your living room? Where are you going to store that? So you want to be able to answer that question. Another one is, how are you going to pay for it? Do you have, you know, 5 to, or really 6 to 10,000 just sitting around that, you know, waiting for investments? And are you going to use that? How are you going to sell your husband on using that 10,000 that you've saved to put towards this clothing boutique that you're going to sell, you know, clothing out of your home? Like, how are you going to convince him of that? Or, you know, is it going to be something where you get a credit card that offers 0% interest for 12 to 15 months, and you're going to pay it off a little bit at a time, you know, within that period, so you're not charged any interest? How are you going to do this? Okay, and within that, I recommend writing down scenarios. When I sat with my husband, I wrote down 4 scenarios. I did a low scenario, you know, like an amount that I thought that I could definitely meet based on my friends and family. Like, not a following. I didn't have a following when I started, but just friends and family. So a low amount of sales in a month, and the breakdown of percentages, you know, what I was going to put towards taxes, what I was going to put back into inventory and business costs, what I was going to pay an assistant, because I'm going to need an assistant, and and what I'm going to put towards my initial investment so that I can pay that off before I start getting charged interest. So I did a low scenario, I did 2 mid scenarios, and I did a high scenario. So, and I basically put together a plan and said, okay, if I make this much per month, then this is the percentage that I'm going to put towards my initial investment, while growing my inventory and, and hopefully growing my business with that. And in this many months, based on these numbers, in this many months, this is when I'm going to have this paid off. So I put that together, and it caught my husband's attention. Like, he knew that I was serious with all the spreadsheets that I got out and everything. So people are visual, they're visual learners. So the fact that I had those numbers in front of my husband, he was paying attention. So gather as much information as possible. How are you going to market? How are you going to market yourself and your clothes? And there's a lot of LuLaRoe consultants out there, and the great thing is that we all have different inventory. So, you might be a part of like 5 different groups and shopping around, which is, I did that before I became a consultant. And then also because I wanted to learn from the best, so I wanted to see what they were doing and what worked and what I liked and what I, may not do, or, whatever. I did a lot of research. So, and I presented all those notes to my husband too. This is how I'm going to market. This is how, this is when I'm going to do my sales. This is the schedule that I'm going to use. These are some statistics, you know what I mean? And he was interested. So, so make your plan. Have it all mapped out. Any questions that you think that he's going to ask, make sure that you have it prepared ahead of time so that, you're not fumbling around on the spot, but, you came to the table prepared to, for why he should get on board with you onboarding. Okay, the next tip that I have is to prove you're serious. Aside from all the awesome research and the spreadsheets and everything that he's going to love if you put that before him, and that's also going to help you to be more organized once you get started. Aside from that, prove you're serious. Look up LuLaRoe videos on YouTube. There's a lot of them, of husbands that were skeptical to begin with, and now we're just like, dude, you got to get on board with this. Yeah, there's an initial investment, but she's going to make it back, and then she's going to make a killing, make a killing, not necessarily like $500,000 a month or something crazy like that, but you know what I mean? It's extra money that's going to be in his bank account. He's going to be loving that, who wouldn't love that? So look up those LuLaRoe videos and have them watch a couple, and from a man or from a husband's perspective, it's great. Trust me, it worked really well on my husband, because it was a testimony. So number 3, be patient. Be patient with his decision. With an investment like this, it's not likely that he's going to make a decision right then and there. It might take several different meetings with your husband, several different like talks and more spreadsheets and, more things that you found out, more research and everything before he decides to make a decision. I know for my husband, who is wise and good with money, and very supportive of me and everything that I've ever done, but he never makes a decision. He always sleeps on it. And with something like this, it was several weeks that he was sleeping on it and thinking about it, and we had several talks. So be patient, but be persistent. If you want this, show him that you're serious about it. Keep bringing it up when he's in a good mood and, ready to talk Lula, because, there's a lot of information. It could be overwhelming. So, so those are the 3 tips that I have. That's the formula, I guess, that worked on my husband. And he's, and then he was totally on board with it. He was excited. My kids were excited. My husband was excited. I was excited. The whole family was excited. So, I hope this was helpful to you. If it was, go ahead and give me a like on my video. You can also find me on Instagram at LuLaRoe Heather Amo, and my Facebook group is LuLaRoe Heather Amo. And if you have any questions or want to email me, my email is LuLaRoe Heather Amo at gmail.com. Have a great day. Bye.